Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and we've got another Prize Picks video for you. We're going to be talking about Taco Tuesday, January 30th. We've got 5 games on this slate, and we've got 4 more picks for you. Before we get into these picks, though, if you've never tried Prize Picks, use our promo code at the bottom of the screen, and they'll match your first deposit up to $100. They're just going to double what you put on, so if you deposit the whole 100, you'll get 200 to play with. Just make sure you put that code in, and they will hook you up with that deal. And if you're new to our channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. You'll want notifications on if you want to jump on these plays before they get bumped or removed, because it happens to us all the time. So if you have notifications on, you can quickly see when we drop a video, and you can decide right away whether or not you want to, utilize these plays. And if you guys don't mind, just do us a favor and like the video. Best way to support the channel. It helps us grow, helps us get in front of a larger audience, and it literally takes you 2 seconds to do it. So if you guys don't mind doing that for us, it's a huge help. We really appreciate you. You guys have been killing it on that end. All right, so here are the plays we're getting into. I'm going to be taking Jaylen Brown over 3.5 assists and Jonathan Kuminga over 28.5 PRA. What are you getting into, Jordy?
Yeah, I'm taking Chris Dunn for over 17 fantasy score, and I'm taking Nikola Vucevic for under 41 fantasy score.
All right. So before we get into these breakdowns, if you guys have never tried Chalkboard, you should give it a shot. They give you the freedom to adjust your lines to whatever you want, and I have been enjoying this more and more. Like, the more I play, the more I really enjoy being able to just adjust these lines, especially because if you bump a line higher and take an alternate line higher, they give you a higher payout on your multiplier. And just the same, if you lower a line, it's a lower multiplier. So you really have a lot of freedom to fine tune your slip exactly the way you want. It's like Sleeper in the sense that you have to hit every play on your ticket to cash your slip. But they give you so much freedom as far as the adjusting the lines that you can, that's why they want you to hit every play. They also have bets as low as $1, kind of like Underdog and Sleeper. So yeah, if you're interested in checking that out, just use code BACKDOOR and they'll match your first deposit up to $100. And there's a link in the description of the video if you guys want to check that out. All right, so no recap to go over. So we're just going to jump right into these plays. So starting with Jaylen Brown, we've got a fun matchup here, 245 over under, and the Celtics are favored by 7.5. It's looking like Tyrese Halliburton is going to play, but he's still a game time decision last time I checked. So we'll see. But if Halliburton plays, obviously this will be a much closer game than if he's out. But we've also seen the Pacers show up, even without him. So they're just like a good team right now, regardless. All right, so hopping over here to Outlier. If we look at Jaylen Brown over his last 5 games, he's been turning it up with the assists a little bit more lately. This line is just low enough to where it's in my comfort zone. The matchup isn't too bad. The Pacers are middle of the road when it comes to assists allowed to small forwards. They're 15th in the league, and so I feel good about him being able to get this done. We know he's going to get his minutes, especially if the game's close. They do fluctuate a little bit, but he's averaging about 31 minutes over his last 5 games and only getting like 2.4 fouls per game. So nothing to be too concerned about on that end with him getting in foul trouble and having to have his minutes bumped down. I will let you guys know, this is favored to go under. Actually, both of my plays are today. So if you don't feel comfortable with them, just don't take them, just fade them. But the board's actually tougher than I expected for the daily show. So this is going to be one of the plays I'm going to utilize because 3.5 is just too low. I think he can get this done. All right, so if we hop over to Daily Grind, like I said, it is favored to go under, just slightly though. They have it at a 50.14% odds to hit and a minus 117. So that's pretty much 50-50 shot. We've got, I believe that's bet. So DraftKings has it. DraftKings has it at a minus 115 as well, which is kind of middle of the road, 50-50 shot. There's not like a whole lot of juice on this either side of it. So go with your gut. But I'm going to be taking the over on this one. And then, the next play I'm going to be going with is, believe it or not, also favored to go under. So you never have to follow these plays, but I'm taking this because the board's tough right now. I like Jonathan Kuminga over 28.5 PRA. If we take a look at this over under, we got a 235.5 over under. Warriors favored by 3.5. And let's see if we have any confirmation on any updates on Embiid. Still a game time decision, and Maxey is also a game time decision. All right, yeah, that's the only thing significant as far as injuries go to keep an eye on. So let's go to power forward specifically. So the points matchups, it's not great. It's also like not terrible, but they're 9th in points allowed, Philly. But if we don't have Maxey and Embiid, I like this play even more. But even with them in it, I still like this play. But 9th in points allowed, 21st in rebounds allowed, and 13th in assists allowed. And he's just really been in rhythm. They've been giving him more minutes, and we've seen that hasn't changed even with Draymond Green being back. So he's been steadily doing this 6 out of his last 10 games, averaging 29 minutes a game. And in this run that he's been on, he's been closer to 30. Still just sitting kind of around that 30 minutes a game mark. Only 2 fouls a game, so nothing to be concerned about with him like leaving the game for getting in foul trouble. If we hop over to Daily Grind, let's see. Yeah, see, they have this favored to go under, 51.48% odds to hit the under at a minus 124. But everybody else has this at pretty much a 50-50 shot. So go with your gut. If you're uncomfortable with it, just fade it. But if you're interested in checking out the tools from Daily Grind, this optimizer is great. It helps you make decisions like this. But in this case, I'm just looking across the board, and the fact that I can see Daily Grind thinks this is going to go under, but I can quickly look at all of these odds makers and say like, yeah, I am going to go ahead and take the over here because this is actually pretty 50-50 across the board. That's what this optimizer is great for, finding plays, confirming plays. If you want to check it out, they're giving all of our viewers 25% off of their first month for any of their tools. They have 4 different tools in there. Just use code BACKDOOR and they will give you 25% off of any of their tools. And the other app I was using, Outlier here, best statistical analysis app on the market by far. They cover everything. If you guys want to try this, they're giving all of our viewers a 7-day free trial. Just go through the link in the description of the video, and then you can try it out for 7 days and see how you like it. But yeah, those are the 2 I'm rolling with. You want to get into yours, Jordy?
Yeah, man. So to get me started with mine here, I've got I've got this Chris Dunn fantasy score at 17. So I like this one a lot. It's a play that I've kind of been keeping an eye on. Like I've played it quite a bit myself, and he gets it done even with like the low amount of minutes he's getting. The Jazz's minute rotation is kind of frustrating with some of their players, but they're winning games, so it's working for them. But Chris Dunn, he's been crushing this even with like the low minutes. He's gone over it 14 out of 20 games. In the head-to-head, he has gone over this. The last time they played, he went for 24, and he only played 17.7 minutes. So I feel really good about this play. It is a bit of a tough matchup for him. Like if you go just to points, they're ranked 5th to point guards, but even then he went for 10 points in the last one. But the fantasy score interests me because he's just sound everywhere. He's a good defender. He scores the ball well. He gets assists and rebounds. So I just think 17 is super low. This one is juiced to go under by 52% on Daily Grind, but you'll never catch me not rolling the dice on a play like this. Like this is right up my alley and stuff I love to play. So 17 is too low. I'm going to be taking the over on this one. To get into my next one, Vucevic. I've been playing this one a lot, the under on this one. It's a 54% on Daily Grind to go under. They have it at just a minus 117 though, because it gets close sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. I've taken this under a lot and I've sweated it out a lot and I've lost on it, but most of the time it's gonna hit for us. He's only gone over this line 16 out of 42 games this season, so not much to worry about, honestly. Like, yeah, he can have a monster game. Last time they played Toronto, which was on the 18th of this month, he went for 60 fantasy score. Like, he's a good player, so it's not like he can't do this. But 41 is just really high for what he's been doing regularly. He's in the head-to-head, he's only gone over this 1 out of 7 times. So it's not like he's been crushing Toronto, with like a crazy spree. He's only hit it one time. Like I said, that was on the 18th, and he's only gone over it 5 times out of the last 10 games. So I play this one often. I feel comfortable in taking it. If you guys don't like it, you don't have to play it. Like I said, it does get close. I played it last night or 2 nights ago, and he got real close in that Portland game, and I was sweating it out. But they when they get down, they kind of run like the Suns do. Like when they get down, they don't play Vucevic a lot. They bring in a smaller lineup, and they get those guys running the floor, and it works out for them. So Vucevic, like depending on game script, if you look at the over/under in this game, it's a 227 over/under with a 6.5 favorite to the Bulls. So there's a good chance he plays a lot of minutes. There's a good chance that maybe they just run the floor on these guys and they don't need him. But just keep it in mind. I think the play is great. He's getting a ton of minutes though, 33 minutes, and he's still not hitting this. So he played 39 minutes against the Lakers and only hit 32. One thing about Vucevic, he does turn the ball over quite a bit, so that helps with the fantasy score. If you look at his turnovers, he averages like 1.2 a game, so it's pretty good. I feel great about this play, but yeah, just take it at your own caution. Just know that I warned you that he has the capability to go over this. I mean, he is a good player, but 41 is just pretty high, so that's the 2 I've got, man.
All right, guys, those are the 4 we're rolling with. If you want to check out our Discord, there's a link in the description of the video. Works out to be about 50 cents a day. Not too bad. I mean, if you can't afford 50 cents a day, nothing against you. You don't have to be in our Discord. It's totally cool. But I mean, that's the price. If you're playing $5 a slip, 50 cents should be doable if you want that value. But we have a really good community over there, and Jordy, shared 2 6-man slips last night that both cashed, and that was just plays that he got in late, threw it in there, and some people tailed him. I wish I would have tailed those slips specifically because Jordan had a much better night than I did. We'll just put it that way. But yeah, guys, we have all sorts of people in there. We have 2 extra analysts. And so it's just the community as a resource is the best value that you get out of that. It's just everyone in there being able to work together. So if you want to check that out, there's a link in the description of the video. And just make sure you go to the server subscription section once you get in there and subscribe, and then it'll unlock all the channels for you. So, all right, guys, we'll have a great Taco Tuesday. Enjoy this 5-game slate, and we will catch you in the next video.
Good luck, guys.